everyone, I'm Susie Ann Boyd. We welcome Jesse Laflamme, the owner and CEO of Pete and Jerry's Organics, to M&A TV. Hi, Jesse.
Hello, thank you
All
for
right,
having
so
me.
tell us about Pete and Jerry's.
So Pete and Jerry's is my family's farm and business. We're a third generation egg company that's based in northern New Hampshire. And about 20 years ago, we completely changed our model to produce to smaller but very rapidly growing segments in organic and free range. So our company revenues are approaching 200 million. We're now nationally distributed, and we've accomplished this scale and size being big by staying small. We work with about 130 family farms around the country to supply our system and distribute to most major retailers.
Well, it sounds like you're very successful because you are in my refrigerator right now.
Awesome.
Nellies Eggs are in my refrigerator right now. Was this a tough sell for the older generation farmers?
It definitely was, yeah. And by the way, Nellie was my pet chicken when I was 5 years old. So that's where that brand came from, the free range segment. But yeah, it's a tough sell for older farmers. A lot of our farmers are actually younger. I mean, the average age of a farmer in the U.S. I think is 63 or 64, which is amazing, scary. So a lot of our farmers are younger, average age in early 40s. And they're the more innovative ones, but they're also the ones where our type of business appeals to them because they can get in at a smaller scale. So we're actually recruiting farmers who were not farmers prior to their involvement with us. And that's really part of the mission, is to be a platform for small family farms to be able to reach a larger market.
You know, it's funny because I was telling you that I realized what your digital or your marketing strategy was because I go to the grocery store and Nellies and Pete and Jerry's is always on sale. That's part of your marketing strategy? I love that.
Yeah, it really is because, okay, so the egg category has 98% household penetration. I mean, virtually everybody buys eggs, but they're in this routine of buying commodity eggs. They're not even thinking about it. They're really on autopilot when they go to the category. So what we're trying to do, in a larger sense, is disrupt the category, of course, but we're also trying to disrupt the shopper's patterns. And a big part of that is reducing the risk for the consumer to try something new, to try our product. And that's really the fastest and most effective way to introduce our brands to a consumer.
Did you lose money on that promotion in the beginning?
We typically do, and of course it depends on how much lift we actually get from the retailer and how much sort of loss that we might incur out of that. Right. But what we see is it does tend to drive what we call baseline velocity, which is the sales out of promotional periods, and we see it stair step to a degree after every promotion that we run. So it's a very fine line, and it has to be built into the everyday cost of our product in the retail. But it's been an effective strategy because we like to say we're pulling up consumers from mainstream commodity conventional eggs, or even some of our competitors. One very large competitor who's not focused on organic and humane treatment. We're able to source
not to be named.
Not to be named. Right. Exactly.
What other digital innovations are you all using to kind of market yourselves and disrupt the market? Yeah,
so we're actually the second largest by dollars, second largest advertiser in the country for an egg brand. It's still a relatively small budget. We're not at Coke and Pepsi levels, right. But we're spending in the millions. So digital is a really effective way for us to reach our segments. And we've put a very large focus on it in the last couple of years that we didn't previously have. So we have a social media digital engagement team. We have a social media manager, and a lot of our new creative for advertising has been focused exclusively on digital. So we're using all those social channels to target consumers, and it's really, that process is a feedback loop, which is wonderful. We're able to target demographics like you can't do in mainstream advertising and media. And then we're able to fine-tune the message because we know exactly how well it was received, whether it's likes or just engagement, time on a video, et cetera. Yeah. So we can continue to evolve our creative as we need to. So we're really big fans, and also simply for the fact that that we have this huge category, but we're targeting a relatively small minority group of consumers within that. So we're not wasting our dollars.
Yeah, well, that's smart. All right. Thank you, Jesse. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
All right. Take care.
You too.